Konnichiwa, minasan, and welcome back to yet another manga review episode of the Dream Seekers. My name's Amicita, and I'm the host of today's manga review episode. Today's manga is called Ino x Boku SS, or also rarely known as Yoko x Boku, and is made by Cocoa Fujiwara. The Japanese title of this manga is nearly the same. It's called Iko x Boku Shikuretto Sabisu, which translates into The Dog and Me Secret Service. In Japan, this manga was serialized in the online magazine Gangen Joker from Square Enix between May 2009 to March 2014. The series goes up to 11 volumes again and has yet again another extra volume, which we will talk about later though. The genre of this manga is mystery, but it also has a great touch of comedy, shoujo, and Japanese tradition. There isn't really a regulation about the reader's age of this manga, but the websites which also sell this manga say that it would be perfect for people above the age of 14, so I can't really stop you. I just want to warn you, there are some images in there which might scare you or even haunt you if you can't endure this kind of stuff. But don't forget to support the artist by buying this manga. So let's start the story by explaining what's on this cover. On the first volume, you can see the two main characters of the story. Let's begin with the 15-year-old girl Rizitio Shirakin. She is the daughter of a very rich designer family from Japan and just moved out of her parents' house. The place she's headed to is called the Maison de Ayakashi. It's a special place for special people like Rizitio. She, as well as the other inhabitants of Ayakashi-kan, is an atavist, which means she is half yokai and half human. Story time! A long time ago, demons, or the Japanese term yokai, mixed with the human race, thus giving their genes to the next generation. But their kids were normal human, as well as their children. The yokai genes happened to kick in a lot of generations later, thereby creating a hybrid called atavist. These very few people have the possibility to channel their supernatural power and becoming their demon form. Sounds alright, doesn't it? Then why keeping them all in one building? Well, there are still normal yokai left in this world, and they don't really like those hybrids. They constantly try to attack or even kill the atavists. So, to prevent this situation from happening, they built the Ayakashi Hall, so the atavists have a place to live in peacefully. Moving into the Ayakashi-kan, Ridicchio had the offer to have her own secret service, a bodyguard who is also half yokai and is trained to protect his own kind. Ridicchio declined the offer. She wanted to live alone and stand on her own feet. Why should she rely on a bodyguard then? But fate had other plans with her. While carrying some boxes into her new apartment, Riricchio tripped over and was about to fall. In the moment you'd expect a crash, she was rescued by a very handsome young man in a black suit. Man in black. He introduced himself as Soshimi Kitsukami, the guy on the cover. And as you know, as if it would be fate, he is her one and only secret service. Richi's world turned upside down. She didn't want that guy, and she didn't need him. But he just won't let her alone. He follows her like a little dog. Such a pet, she thinks. But the moments when he's not around, Richi feels quite lonely. Do they have more than owner-servant feelings for each other? Will they come together? And what is that strange mystery night parade of 100 demons no one can prevent nor even survive? Well, that's for you to find out by reading this manga. Now again, it's time to tell you guys what I like and what I don't like. First and foremost, the storyline. It's difficult. It sounds easy at first, but it gets very confusing. There are some place and time changes which you don't, or at least I don't really recognize at first glance. And yeah, I got a lot of headaches reading this manga. So I recommend, if your doctors allow that, take some painkillers when you try or when you want to read everything at once. If your doctor allows that. But besides that, it is, if you can follow along, a great story with a very confusing relationship. There is nothing in particular I completely dislike, except maybe their conversations in total, because they are mostly written in a tough, not understandable terminology, and yeah, headaches. Just headaches. What I totally adore in this manga is the art style. The character design is chosen so great. They are drawn so sweet and innocent and are so elegant and have such a mysterious aura you can really feel while reading this. Even in the later volumes, when their appearances quite change a little bit, even then they have still the same kind of aura on them, and you recognize directly who is who. Line art again, I think it's very great. You have beautiful sceneries again with beautiful backgrounds. And you have a lot of action scenes with their great special effects. And now to come to the question of the day. What is the rating of this manga? I guess I have to give this manga a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Don't get me wrong, I really like this manga. It has a strange romance story, but its action scenes are very great. They are awesome, and it has a really cool, mysterious touch to it. But I had a tough time reading this. It is so hard to read. I had to read a lot of passages twice before moving along, and when I came to the end of the manga, I had to reread everything again because I didn't understand a word what they were trying to say. And that's why I give this manga a 3.5 out of 5 stars. At the beginning of this episode, I talked about an extra volume of this manga series, and it is this one, Ino X Boku Secret Service 0. So, a lot of people compare this to an art book, which you would get back in those days, but I would rather say it's a review or a recap of what the manga is about. Of the whole manga, actually. So, if you have any problems understanding what the heck's actually happening in this manga series, then just buy this book. It's so great. It just describes everything. It describes the terms like yokai and atavist, and it describes the whole situation, the relationships between the characters, and the special 100 Demon Night special event parade thingy. So, I recommend buying this book, definitely, because it's a great bonus and it really helps everyone out. I actually understood the plot just after reading this manga. Shouldn't say that out loud. I also wanted to let you guys know that there is even an anime adaptation of this manga. I haven't seen it until now, but I'd love to, so let me know in the comment section down below if you want me to watch this anime series and if you want me to make an anime review out of this. And here we go again, my dreamers, seekers, dream seekers. Yeah, please tell me in the comments down below how I should call you. Dreamers? seekers or dream seekers? Please write it down below. I don't want to call you guys anymore. So, hit the like button down below if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will be reminded if another dance cover or another manga review is coming out. Hopefully soon. So, write in the comments. I just want to read some comments soon. Please do it. And don't forget to keep your dreams alive, dream seeker, so we will keep them in our hearts. Doki doki.